Michael, you're blatantly defying the governor's order. Why are you implementing the mandate, and how are you going to enforce it?
Well, Stephanie, thank you for having me, first of all. But, you know, the governor is responsible for the whole state of Texas, from economic development to jobs to everything else. I'm responsible for students and their well-being. And with the cases that are going up in our county, I was just talking to the county health officials yesterday. There are no more beds in Dallas public hospitals for students that may have the virus. And so with those factors in play, and knowing that I'm ultimately responsible for everything that happens in Dallas ISD, I notified my school board that I have the authority to execute the day-to-day operations of the district. And I made this decision, and, you know I'll be held accountable for whatever decisions I make, but I would rather be safe than sorry. And so that's what I'm doing at this point.
What kind of reaction are you getting from parents, students, staff?
Well, I've overwhelmingly supportive reaction from the board, from the community, from many teachers are overwhelmingly supportive. There have been a few, quite honestly, that are going to test us. And so that I'm testing the governor. I mean, that's the way things work. And so it hadn't been unanimous, but it's been overwhelmingly supportive from the business community. And we're just dealing with what we have. And my ban is my requirement for the mandate for the mask is temporary. And I say temporary until our situation gets better. So when this thing gets better, I will lift the mask requirement, but I don't know when that's going to be.
Have you had any kids pulled out of your school over this mask requirement?
Well, that's very interesting because it goes into effect today. I announced it yesterday. I gave everybody 24 hours. We're asking people to be kind, but be firm. We'll do some progressive discipline. We'll give them a couple of hours to comply, and then we'll ask them to voluntarily leave. And if not, then we will do what we need to do. We're going to be benevolent, but we also need to be firm because safety is the most important. The parents will forgive us if we commit educational malpractice. They'll never forgive us if something bad happens to their kids' safety and health.
Have you been in touch with the governor's office?
No, I've been waiting for a call or a notice from the attorney general. I have not received anything yet. Stay tuned. I mean, but, you know, I've been in conversations with a lot of superintendents in Texas, and I get along with the governor. He's appointed me to a couple of commissions, you know, and this is not personal, but this is something that we strongly believe in. And as superintendents, you know, you're going to see more superintendents, not everybody, just us that are in the dire straits in the urban settings that have a lot of people close to each other. In rural West Texas, I would never expect there to be a mask mandate. This is something that is locally important to us in our community, and we have to be held accountable for our decisions, and so be it.
Masks are important, but they're secondary. Why not mandate the vaccine for teachers and eligible students in your district? I mean, that's the best way to lower the numbers and prevent this thing from spreading.
I agree with you. And the feds have said we could do that. The state has said we could not. We cannot even ask who has the vaccine. If we had more opportunities to do that, in fact, I've talked to my staff, and I'm going to present to the school, announce to the school board that we're going to incentivize the behavior that we want. We're going to compensate, and we're going to be allowed to do that with our stimulus dollars, compensate people who voluntarily get a vaccine and they prove it to us, and it'll help them in their pocketbook. And maybe we can grow that base so that we don't have to have masks in a few weeks. So stay tuned. I'm moving in that direction as well, but my hands are tied at the state level again. And then on top of that, we were standing up a virtual option, but we were told we can't have virtual option. If we do have a virtual option, we won't get state funding for it. So I'm cornered in. So I'm just doing what I can to make sure that our students get an education and that they're safe. And I'm going to keep looking for other creative solutions as we go down this path.